What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 342 of the Cheesy Controller Podcast. I'm your host, Anton LaPlatte. Joining me, as always, we have the Mecha Stardew Valley, Chris Montalbano.
A rare occasion happened. Anton was finally wrong.
We got the Ray Trace Durag, Madrid Devon.
Wake up, samurai.
And we got the most degenerate squid in the sea, Jalen Roberts.
We have a country to burn.
We got a jam-packed episode for you guys this week. We're going to be talking about Death Stranding 2, Helldivers 2, and Microsoft just completely fucking over everybody and everything. We don't have advertisers yet. I can say fuck within the first minute of the recording.
Some like barbecue egg rolls. But yeah, I had a great time though. There was a drag show.
Sounds like it.
There was some good food. There were fireworks. I had a great 4th of July. You know, we did not celebrate America at all. It was peak.
Right. One person told me happy 4th, and I was like, fuck this country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, don't think I heard
home of the free my ass.
Happy 4th at all.
Yeah.
The only reason I got it, so we totally missed Alana's birthday. Her birthday was the 3rd.
Happy birthday, Lana.
Happy birthday, Lana. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the only reason
I've
she
been
told
MIA.
me,
So. That's my
where?
excuse. I've been MIA. That's my excuse.
Fair.
Yeah, you've been busy.
How was Sombra?
She's doing all right. I just have to watch her for the next couple days. So we'll see. I just gave her like some food and her medicine that she got prescribed. So she's just got to take that for like a week or so, 10 days.
Okay.
Gotcha.
It's not too bad of a plan. All right. So just
Under the caveat of if she doesn't get better, I have to take her back to the emergency room within the next 24 hours. So
That's scary, dude.
yeah,
yeah,
as somebody who spent too much time in April in pet hospitals,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
it can be nerve-wracking. But just to get on to gaming, to get other more positive things going on, and negative later, but
Yeah.
I finally got some free time and have officially jumped into Death Stranding 2, and
Hell yeah.
I'm in chapter 3. I've just been delivering. I got a bike. I'm riding around on my bike with
Nice.
and anytime it's time to fight somebody, I just offload all my stuff, like get off the bike, put down my book bag, pull out the AR, and just shoot.
Start blasting?
Yeah.
Let freedom ring, if you will.
And so I did the entire Mexico section of the game. So the game starts out, you're connecting Mexico, and then the rest and the majority of the game takes place in Australia. So I've been in Australia probably for the last 3 or so hours.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube of like the secret things, I guess. Because I guess I just stopped caring about spoilers, and there's like all these secret dances, and if you do this, it's like
I'm not.
I was like, this game is insane, and it made me every time I see one of those, I'm like, I kind of want to play it.
It's extremely detailed. Like that is
Yeah.
one thing, just like down to momentum, like through all of like there's so much detail in so many of the
Yeah.
aspects of the game, like from graphical detail to technical detail to like emergent gameplay detail. Like there's
Yeah.
just
Mm-hmm.
you can tell that Kojima worked really meticulously on this game for a really long time.
Yeah, no. I mean, like just from the video I think I watched that you showed me last week
Yeah, the
before the
Digital
episode,
Foundry.
yeah, I mean, just the graphics looked absolutely amazing. And then just seeing the little details that they've added into it that just kind of make the game a little more goofy on the side for how I think how serious the game is going to be. And even the combat, just seeing some of that, I was just
Oh
like,
yeah,
this game looked
combat's
phenomenal.
fun. Combat was not fun in the original Death Stranding. Combat's fun. At this point, um, like if somebody hasn't already set up a rain shelter, I'll set up a rain shelter, park my car, let it charge up, put down my book bag, and I have one of the like advanced versions of the mule sticks, so I can just
Mhm.
go in and beat everybody to death, or you know, pull out the AR, have that,
Insane.
and then like the level of customization you have over everything. So you can
Yeah.
customize your hat, you can customize your clothes, and then you can customize your book bag with like tech upgrades as well as like patches and stuff. And then everything has like two color channels on it. So if you're going for like a certain color theme, and for me, what I've been doing is every time I like end up having to get a different bike, I just color the bike differently. And of course, just like some of the decal and just some of the designs of patches and stuff you can use. Yeah, this game is cool on so many levels, and I'm enjoying it
Yeah.
more than I was expecting to enjoy it. And I was already expecting to, like, it was one of my most anticipated games of this year, and it is
Yeah.
delivering.
Nice.
No pun
You love
intended on that.
that.
No, you thought
Your
about it.
your
You
FedEx
thought, you
simulator.
thought about it.
But
Love it.
so
You served it up.
the area I'm in Australia, there are like three major uh, points of interest, and one of them is a musician. And so the musician, I've just been doing stuff for him because he's been giving me more music for your
That's
MP3
cool.
player. And your MP3 player works anytime you're connected to the chiral network. And since that whole area is connected, I'm just riding around on my bike, vibing out to Japanese music, delivering these packages, and having a great time.
Nice.
Like I feel like the first Death Stranding was like a lot more of a tranquil, like individual kind of thing. This is a lot more dense. Like I feel like I'm connecting more and more people to the chiral network quicker than I was in the first game, and I feel
Yeah.
like Angelina came in and saw me playing it earlier, and she's like, "What's this?" And I'm like, "It's Death Stranding," because I was like fighting a mule camp, and she's like, "I didn't know there were other people in this game," and I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
It went from not being on my list because I didn't vibe with Death Stranding 1, even though I could respect the artistry of it, to being like, I might actually play this game
Yeah, I'd
and play it
say
and just watch the story of Death Stranding 1 just
yeah.
to hop into Death Stranding 2.
There are a couple like 2 hour like story
Yeah.
summary like that actually go into what I'd recommend is
Mhm.
play like the first couple hours of the original Death Stranding just so you kind of have like that initial context because like there's a lot
But yeah,
of
I've
story.
played at least 10 hours of it
Okay, so yeah,
and was like, I gave it the honest to God try and was like, okay, I feel it. There's a vibe here. It's not for me.
yeah. Well, just they give you so many more options just so much quicker in this game because
Yeah.
it's taking place after the original game. So
Cool. Very cool.
all right. So the other thing that's really big this week, I was wrong. I got to go back and listen and see if I made a bet because this is the first time this is happening. Helldivers 2, a place
In the timetable, I would like to say within the timetable, because your greatest skill, Anton, when it comes to these bets is being very specific about your timetables. It'll happen eventually, but not in the range you set. This time,
Yeah,
You said it was never going to happen.
I don't think Madrid wanted to actually make it a bet. If it was a bet, I lost the bet, but I don't think we actually officially made it a bet.
I don't remember.
We got to go back and listen to the
Can't
episode.
recall. Once we record the episode, it's like
Gone.
sucked out of my brain. As we're pouring out
But
for
I
you
did,
all.
Yeah.
I did
Here.
remember
I put it in the cup. It's not in my brain no more. It's in the cup.
It's in the cup.
So this is interesting because first of all, it's the first PlayStation published game coming to Xbox ever. Like even MLB The Show that PlayStation develops, MLB publishes it on Xbox. The first PlayStation published game on Switch was Lego Horizon, and Freedom Wars and Patapon, like these games that are coming more and more places that are like PlayStation owned IP. It's like a different situation with Death Stranding because Kojima owns the Death Stranding trademark
Right.
and has worked with like 505 games and to bring the game other places. So like
Right.
Death Stranding coming to Xbox had nothing to do with PlayStation.
Right.
The interesting thing is, so Arrowhead is still actively developing Helldivers, but Nix's did the port work, which is also a PlayStation first-party studio. But I mean, they bought Nix's because they're a port house, and that's all they do is deploy them to port their games to other places. So like Nix's worked on the Horizon PC release, the Days Gone PC release. I think they also worked on the PS5 Horizon and Days Gone versions. So like Nix's has been, since they've been bought, actually putting out more consistent work than any other PlayStation first party. But yeah, for this to be the first one, like it makes somewhat sense because it's a multiplayer game and it's their only live service that's actually working. So
Yeah. I don't even feel like somewhat. It makes 100% sense. Like Japan is also a capitalist led country, so like they want to make money on a game that they're not selling at full price, and it's not like their staple. Like it's not God of War. It's not.
yeah, it's not one of their
Ratchet and Clank.
single-player-
So it only makes sense for them to do that.
And also, a lot of its monetization comes from microtransactions. You have a battle pass to sell, you have cosmetics to sell.
Yeah.
And even if you're losing 30% from the Microsoft store, you're still making 70%, an extra 70% per copy.
Yeah, and if this allows them to make more money so the Helldivers 2 devs don't get any cuts, then good for Sony for doing it and making this decision,
Arrowhead's
even if it was
still
probably hard.
Arrowhead's still independent. They don't own the Helldivers IP.
Okay.
PlayStation owns the Helldivers IP, but Arrowhead has projects in the work. They've already announced that like their next project's not going to be exclusive to PlayStation, and there's like movement on that. Like, so all of that, like Arrowhead is an independent developer. This is where you don't buy the cow if you're getting the milk for free That was a conversation around Arrowhead. And why, like, it would have made sense for Sony to
A
buy
wild
them,
statement
but
to say in 2025.
Keep milking that cow.
oh,
Yeah, it like that's why it makes perfect sense to me. It prints money. It's an act of good faith, like for both on both sides, right?
Yeah,
And like that game is going to do nothing but thrive with having an extended player base.
well, we'll
yeah.
see because
Also, I
the Xbox audience is trained not to buy games, and when games go for sale on Xbox, a lot of times they don't get the like Forza Horizon 5 on PlayStation has sold on par with Astrobot on PlayStation. That's how
That's
much
crazy.
PlayStation gamers
But
will
also,
buy
I would
a
like
game.
to say, though, is while that is also true, I will also like to add with Forza specifically that PlayStation players are starved for actual racing sim.
Well, no,
Like,
this is
when was the
Horizon.
last time?
This is an
Okay,
arcade. We
okay, when
have
was the
Gran
last?
Turismo that is
When was the
your
last Gran Turismo?
Gran Turismo 7 is a PS5 game that got a major update like last month. Gran
Okay,
Turismo 7 is ongoing, and so if you
okay,
want simulation racing on PlayStation, like Gran Turismo is the default. Forza Motorsport is like the
Need
Xbox
for Speed.
equivalent.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. No, okay.
Motorsport
I
is
keep confusing Motorsport and Horizon. That's
right.
what it is.
Yes. So Forza Motorsport is the Gran Turismo on Xbox's side. Forza Horizon is something that we just don't have on the PlayStation side, which is an
Yeah,
open world arcade semi racing game. The
yeah.
only
It's a
reason
good time.
I haven't bought it yet is because the rumors of the next one are Forza Horizon Tokyo, and
Oh,
Fucking weeb.
no, that's, I mean, they
I mean,
put
I'd
any
love
of
to go
the
Tokyo
80,
open
drifting.
world
I'd
if
love
they
fucking
to go
put the
Tokyo
80s
drifting.
and 90s Japanese made cars in that game, it's over.
yeah, they'll
That
have like
is,
an expansive garage of cars. Like you're gonna have every Nissan, every
it's,
Toyota,
yeah,
every
it's gonna
Honda.
be, yeah, it's gonna be.
It's gonna be fucking sick.
Give me a Supra, motherfucker. I'm down.
So
Let's
that
go.
is why I haven't gotten this one because like I've thought about it because that is
Mhm.
something that I'd totally be on board with doing right now is playing Forza Horizon 5, even though Death
God,
Stranding.
God, just like a Nissan NX.
Yo.
Just like or a 300 ZX. See, now you got me thinking about cars.
Yeah.
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 Japan
Yeah.
were, I mean, Japan has always kind of been in their bag with cars just because they're
I
reliable,
mean,
but they were really in their bag with
I'm
like
just
the
gonna
80s
say,
and
like,
90s.
80s and 90s was just the golden era of cars. Like, remember when Subaru? That was back when
Yes.
Subaru was at the peak of their rally. Like
Yep.
the rally cars they used to make.
Yeah. Phew. Yeah, dude. Honestly.
Like that was just
Cars actually
basically
had a personality to them and not all kind of looked the
it,
same.
it's because of the platforms. It's basically because once the SUV became the most popular car in America, they all started being on the same platform, so they all look the same because they're legitimately or all
Well,
on the
even,
same foundation.
yeah, I mean, even the coupes all look the same.
Yep. Oh man.
But yeah, so this is interesting because it'll be interesting to see how this sells because we already
Mhm.
the same day Gears of War is coming to PlayStation and we already know like I'm buying in on that.
Yep.
Uh but it'll be interesting to see because like the Xbox audience traditionally like if a game comes out multi-platform, the platform it is selling the worst on is Xbox.
Is Xbox. Yeah.
And
I mean, that's what Game Pass has done to the Xbox marketplace. I mean, shit. I've only bought one game on my Xbox since I got this Series S. I only bought one game, and that was
It makes
Elden Ring.
sense. I mean,
That was
like,
Elden Ring, yeah.
yeah, but like it totally makes sense because like in this day of streaming, how many like unless you really really love it, are you really buying physical media? I mean, some of us are because we're like they're just taking it away at their whim, and you don't get to watch it anymore on your streaming devices or platforms that you choose. But like Game Pass, they're just gonna sell you the day one game Xbox games, and they're never gonna take those away. So your Xbox made like Xbox Studio games are always going to be on there.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you buy it?
Well, what's going to end up happening is that they're not going to be on Game Pass.
Yeah,
But the way Microsoft is
Eventually.
acting, it might not just be on Game Pass.
Yes, because that's the other big
well,
news.
Helldivers
of
is
this
definitely
episode.
not going to be on Game Pass.
No,
It has
I
a
mean the
pre-order.
developers are already said no, we're not doing that.
Right.
Which is good because, you know.
Good. I mean, buy the game. It's worth it. It's not
It's-
$70. It's $40.
I don't see it selling well.
No, it's not.
Like,
It's not. That's fine. I know where you're coming from. I'm just saying they should just buy the game. It's good. You're gonna have a good time. It's
But the
worth
ones who
buying.
will buy it will get
I mean-
hooked, and they will buy those microtransactions, which is where the money actually is.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like what, $40, right?
yeah.
And I feel like the memes have been so good that it's like, well, fuck it.
And that's also
Yeah.
something
They're
else about
bringing it over.
Helldivers. That's another reason why I'm not surprised Helldivers made it on Xbox. Is because it's one of the few games anymore that has its own well-maintained, well-contained culture. You
Yeah.
know, like the amount, like I'm now seeing Halo crossovers fan art from the Helldivers community.
I swear
They're
to
drawing their own
shit,
ODSTs.
Yeah.
I will
They're
be.
drawing their own ODST
Yeah.
and serifs.
I heard don't know what I was probably playing Monster Hunter and Aber was in the party, or I was playing Fortnite with Aber and Aber's like, oh yeah, I hope they get exclusive ODST Xbox stuff, and I was like, oh, hold the fuck up. If this game better not get console, they better bring back the Killzone shit and let the Xbox players get the Killzone shit. And if they do ODST, PlayStation players also need to be able to get that shit. Because
I mean,
that
they're
would
going to
be-
because that's a lot of
Yeah.
money. That's just a lot of money wholesale.
Right.
It
Forget
just
for the
sells.
culture.
I
That's
predict-
just the money.
I predict if they do that, there's going to be a kerfluffle over it. They're going to get it wrong, and then they're going to have to rectify it.
Oh, that's fair.
Well, that's what kind of happened the first time around with
Exactly.
the Killzone stuff. So,
Exactly. I can see them fucking it up again.
Yeah, because they still got to
Especially now
translate
with
it
this
into
other
Helldivers.
copies.
And people are like, I don't want it translated into Helldivers. I want it 1-to-1. And
It
it's
is
most likely.
like the Killzone shit. It was 1-to-1. That's why I'm mad I didn't get, while it was overpriced and the first bundle. So I got the second bundle because it was free as an apology for how overpriced the first bundle was originally. They just
Yeah.
haven't brought back the first bundle, but the stuff in the second bundle is straight up 1-to-1 with Killzone because it fits. That's why ODST can just straight up be 1-to-1 because it fits.
Yeah.
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 Interesting. Good times.
But while we're on Xbox talk, we got to talk
Ugh.
about
The-
Microsoft laying off over 9,000 employees across the entirety of Microsoft, and
Fuck Microsoft, bro.
While also bragging about, you know, record profits. Because,
Yeah.
of course, like we said during the merger, like we said when Blizzard did this, if a company is reporting record profits, you will see layoffs because cutting out the staffs will make the profit margin higher.
And also, I just have to point out the fact that Xbox is actively supporting the genocide in Israel.
Yeah, they are supporting them. They are doing the genocide in
in
Palestine.
Gaza.
Yeah, in Gaza, because they are hosting a lot of
Israel.
the web services.
Israel's genocide taking place in Gaza. They are fueling Israel.
There you go.
Yeah, they're providing them cloud services and basically hosting a lot of their internet, their web stuff. Because, you know, once again, corporations don't have morals. They could talk about being a family. They could talk about wanting to do the right thing. But at the end of the day, they will send this earth to hell for $1.
Yeah.
They will send the earth to hell for bus fare and then walk.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of these layoffs are coming so they can put more money into AI. So
Right.
Yep.
that way they can like raise our power bills, our global emissions, upping the heat, drinking up
Yep.
our water, our
Yep.
fresh water that we're not going to get back,
Yeah.
adding pollutants into the environment.
And
True.
don't forget,
Yeah.
all those AI stations are not going to be near rich suburban neighborhoods. Gronk is
No.
is near a black town in Memphis.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's, I
Poisoning
mean,
the
but
water
that's
Don't forget
source.
the
literally
the
environmental
cleanest,
racism.
the cleanest water.
that's literally how it
Poison.
always is. Like fucking dumps, water treatment plants, all of those things are not in rich neighborhoods. They're in industrial people, like cheaper towns where primordially like people of color live because it's affordable and that's where you can like survive.
Yeah, I feel
You
like
live
for
in a
them,
food.
it's like two birds with one scone type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, let's put our shit here, and then we can we can make their communities worse just for the fuck of it.
Yeah. Because AI doesn't help to lower class.
And like just sticking on class, the fact that 9,000 families, like even
just
if these
Screwed over.
are a family of like one person and a cat, like from as small as that to like being the major provider for
Mhm.
like, and a lot of this isn't even off of redundancies. This is
Yeah.
removing layers of management, which in most cases is a good thing, but like there are ways to redistribute like work and positions that wouldn't require 9,000 people just completely being like out
It's
of
just the
their
bottom
source
line.
of income.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to add, this is also increasing the real life trauma of the games industry. It's like we say we want good games from America, but how are we going to get it when like you can't hold a job? You can't get experience. You'll just be laid off. Quarter two will just fucking end, and all of a sudden you're out of a fucking job because fuck
Shit,
you.
this is the
That's
tech
true.
industry at large. You know?
Right,
Honestly.
and then think about it. Even for the tech industry, they're underpaid. A lot of game developers out of who got laid off never came back to video games because they're like, well, if I'm going to be at risk of being laid off, I might as well get paid for it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
this is also hurting the new talent trying to come into the games industry because
Oh, yeah.
like me as somebody who would like visiting high res, like being around the like going to
Mhm.
Georgia Game Developer Association meetings and stuff like that, like trying to kind of like get into the developer side of things, like that this has had a completely chilling effect because like
Yeah.
even if I were to like get my skills to a point that I could like break into the games industry, those aren't skills worth honing right now. And then
Yeah.
even if I were to break in, there is a high likelihood that I'm just going to immediately get laid off, and so
Yeah.
it's not worth the
Yeah,
financial risk.
I mean that's like if you get hired on, you're going to be underpaid and overworked.
Yeah.
As
100%.
Yeah, but
And then
I mean-
the people who should be there
And
mentoring
you're
you.
going to have your work stolen and fed into some fucking machine, so it
Right.
can do something roughly similar.
And then the people
Roughly.
who should be helping nurturing your skills who were there, they're fucking gone.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
so
this
goes
is-
your mentorship, which is an
This-
important pillar in like building up like your own personal portfolio. Is having
Yeah.
somebody who's passionate, enthusiastic, and knows what the fuck they're talking about, and it's
Yeah.
not trying to fuck you over to just keep the corporate ladder as is.
right.
and
Maintain
also,
a
I would like to
status
add, in the middle of your project, you might just get fucking demoted, like what happened with Dragon Age fucking Veilguard. Like,
quo. We're
we're not getting
Yeah.
into that specifically, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
stick
this
with
is how-
Microsoft and
Well,
their
I
fucking.
I mean, technically,
right-
it is part of Microsoft because they own it. Because
No,
they own BioWare. Remember?
No, they don't. EA does.
There's EA.
Oh no,
Yeah.
my bad. You're right.
With-
I
The other-
lost track.
With these layoffs comes canceled games, right?
Yes.
And those are people
Yeah.
who have been working for years,
Yep.
like 7-8 years, game canceled. So now they have a on top of the game being canceled and them being laid off, they have a huge gap on their resume, and they don't have any work to show for it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
So like,
I mean, that's why like
And they're like, hey, why don't you go talk to ChatGPT about it so you can work out
that's
your feelings?
insane.
Go
You
eat
know
a
what?
fucking dick, choke
You
on
know,
it, and
that's
die.
an episode of The Twilight Zone where this guy gets
Yeah.
a little fortune teller machine that has a devil on it, and it gives very generic and mundane answers, but it becomes so paralyzed that he can't make a decision without it. It'd be a shame if that machine was made in real life.
It'd be a shame.
It'd be a shame.
If
This all
everybody
kinda-
stopped using their own noodle and became solely reliant upon it.
This kind of all goes back to what you've said multiple times on episodes, majority is like we are going to be in a downfall of AA and AAA games where we are in an age where we are in an age
I
where
hate to say it, but pattern recognition is seared into my fucking brain.
like
Oh no, it's almost like it was a survival tool that we
And
needed.
see, you
Yeah,
look and
so we're
see
gonna-
the writing on the wall. It's like, oh, all this is bad. Corporate greed is choked and
Yeah.
strangled us out, but GTA 6 is looming. That's going to be the final nail in the fucking coffin.
But what we're gonna get is we're gonna get a renaissance of indie developers that work together to like and to hone a craft that they actually on a project that they
Yeah, but
actually
they're
want
not
to do.
going to be put up. But that they're not going to be.
Slowly.
But also, they're not going to have the budget to cut through all the noise. There's so many.
but they
games being
but
released
like
that is like
you have
unless
to
you have
see-
a major, unless something major happens, the average person's not going to hear about it.
Yeah, but with
The-
social
the
media,
others-
you can market
Even
on
with
social
that,
media well.
You can,
Even
You can
with
do
that,
it.
You can market, you can
can.
crowdsource, but the bigger issue there is that publishing, the money for publishing is dried up. Plenty of independent developers have come out quite often and said, I can't get my game published at this point because nobody's biting. You know,
Yeah.
unless you're doing something formulaic or something that the industry deems as safe, which by the point they deem it safe is unsafe because we fucking moved on and we're craving something new. But it could be that thing that they're pitching, but they won't give you the money for it, right?
Yeah.
So that's why it's a fucked up cycle in which we're in right now, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. So enjoy the games you got.
Yeah.
Enjoy your backlog. Support indie devs. Like,
Yep.
you know, you see
Definitely.
Buy
crowdsourcing. You
Hades
see
too.
people
Yes,
crowdsourcing.
buy Hades too.
hey, it's
I
on
mean-
sale on Steam for it's $25 on Steam. Steam
Buy-
summer sale.
Do
But
it.
like also Kojima Productions, while they're huge and published by major labels, that's an independent studio. Like actually putting their focus and passion into something hyper specific, just because it like is AAA, is also coming from an independent studio. So,
But also,
Yeah.
though, is an independent studio with a name on it. Like Kojima
Yeah.
has been one of the ones in the industry for most of our lives.
true,
Yeah.
but
Like,
also
for most of our, like, that is
Game,
something.
No Kojima.
Like, that's something we
Yeah.
have to also acknowledge. Like, this is not some indie studio with this ain't no name independent studio. This is one of the ones.
all of it,
On it-
all it takes to get one of the ones is a Toby Fox to come along. It is like there are so many of these individual creators with vision that have come up through the indie space that have become the fact that Toby Fox is that level of name, like can be mentioned in the same breath as Kojima and
Yeah,
not be argued. Like,
Mhm.
of course, the games are of a like
Significantly smaller in every single way.
But it's still Undertale.
But
Yeah.
think about
I feel like
Deltarune.
okay, so Deltarune.
right,
When did Deltarune chapters 1 and 2 come out compared to 3 and
2020.
4? Compared to Death Stranding, compared to Death Stranding 2.
So Death Stranding was 2019. Deltarune chapters 1 and 2 were 2020. 2025 June.
No, Deltarune Chapter 2 was 21.
Okay, so it was 2020, then 2021, and then 2025. We got 3 and 4, and we're
Okay, so Deltarune Chapter 1 was released in 2018. Chapter 2 was released in 2021. And then Chapters 3 and 4 came out this year.
Yeah.
And
June
also
5th.
something else I would like to say: Chapter 1 was released free.
Chapter 1 and 2 were free. Yes. The first time you had to pay for Deltarune content was this year. And that was episodes 3 and 4 that came out on June 5th, the launch date of the Switch 2.
Yeah.
And Death Stranding, so...
But then also, like, while we have, like, but we also need to acknowledge the fact that, you know, getting your name up to Toby Fox is still on the rare side.
Yeah.
True.
Like, there's an ocean of, like, and let's not also talk about, like, the smaller, very specific, independent devs that make specific things that they're into, like Owlcat Studios. They're like, we make novels, we make CRPG novels. That's all they make. I love them, but it's like, if you're not down for reading a goddamn book and then playing a tactics game in between, you know, that's not a mainstream thing, even when people are still bitching about playing turn-based.
Honestly, metrics metrics has ruined video games, like, by and large. Because now the boardrooms have something tangible to fixate and fucking salivate over, right? And they're like, well, if this isn't selling 100 million copies, then it's a fucking failure.
I hate to say that, Madrid, but it's always been this way. Like, that's the thing about it. Like, as much of an art form video games are, they have always been inherently linked to capitalism, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it was different back in the day. There were plenty of games. Yes, there were. There were plenty of games that took risks and did something different. That's why in the early 2000s you were getting so many movie adaptations for video games that were terrible.
Those games. That's because of people were buying licensed stuff if it had the name they recognized. That's just That's what we would call normie slop these days. I mean, it was always like that, like dead ass. Like people, it's like no, like straight up. It was like, ooh, my child likes Jurassic Park. They got a GameCube. Let me buy them Jurassic Park game. I don't know what a Pokemon is. Like, it's always been that way. It's been that way back all the way into the arcade.
Actually, you can't compare Jurassic Park to Pokemon. You can't. Pokemon became a phenomenon as soon as it fucking came out.
Okay,
Pokemon is a
fine.
Don't add that in.
Fine, I'll swap Pokemon. My grandma doesn't know what a Final Fantasy is.
A Polyworld umbrella. I had trading cards.
Okay.
It was a phenomenon.
Okay. Let me swap. My grandma doesn't know what a Final Fantasy is.
Fine. Final Fantasy did fantastic, though.
That's my point, though. It's like it does fantastic, but also a lot of those tie-in games are for your grandma to buy out of the fucking bargain bin. Like, it had a name that people would have recognized, and that parents who don't play video games or know anything about video games go, oh, I know this name. It's rated for my kid. Let me give it to the kid. That's how we ended up with a bunch of shitty tie-in games. Mm-hmm. And they were cheap to make.
Them cousin games.
But
games
now, licensed games, we're in like a golden era of licensed games.
Because it's cheaper to license out your game, license out your IP and get profit than it is to actually make the damn thing.
I mean, we're getting Star Wars, Jedi...
Star Wars is always going to be.
I pray EA is able to actually finish Jedi 3.
Lucasfilm Games or whatever.
But that's been around for forever. Yeah.
Lucasfilm Games died.
Yeah.
No, they died. Well, they died when Disney bought them.
It existed though. That's my
because like, back then
they've been on this.
Yeah. Well, this is a totally different.
This is EA though. This is an EA situation. And remember, EA can't get a game out. EA's been struggling to get a game out. Like, I think, like...
Oh, did y'all see that they are predicting that they are going to do better than Warzone with the next Battlefield?
Ain't no way.
Ain't no way.
They're like,
unless this is somehow the return of Bad Company 2, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
It's that is not better than Warzone numbers.
But I need to sell whatever the fuck they're smoking because
I want whatever they're smoking. I need some of that. That must be some good shit. Actually, you know what? It's probably meth and hallucinogens. Actually, you know what? Maybe I don't need that. Maybe I don't need that.
Here for it.
All right. Well, to get back,
It's little foreskin.
No. And a sprinkling, just a sprinkling of dick. Just a little bit, though. Just a little bit. And some dry balls.
Anton?
You need to post the image.
Anton, take us away.
Do I need to post the image?
Get us out of here.
I've been
Get us out
trying
of
to
here.
get us back to the Microsoft stories and give specific details about all of these bullet points that Jalen put the work in to make. And Jalen is just actively stopping us from getting back to me using Jalen's bullet points in the notes. So
Right, get in there.
So Raven Software got cuts, as well as High Moon Studios, as well as Sledgehammer. So those are three studios that work on Call of Duty, which is one of Microsoft's biggest.
Yeah.
As far as on the game side, that is.
Oh, that means y'all are getting nothing but AI slop going forward.
I haven't paid for a Call of Duty game in several years, so.
Yeah, technically, the way I'm
And
playing
I
Call of Duty
haven't-
is not paying for it.
And I am also not buying any microtransactions. I am not buying, my Call of Duty locker
I got Call of Duty.
is basic as fuck. Like,
I got Call of Duty on Game Pass, and I haven't bought a single thing. Still having a great time.
I got it through game sharing and haven't bought a single thing.
Yeah.
My Call of Duty time has passed so hard. This is how I ended up playing Fortnite. That's how far into the I'm not playing Call of Duty I am.
I re-downloaded Call
That's
of
fine.
Duty because they were talking about the Beavis and Butthead skins were pay to lose. So I wanted to bully people for spending money on pay to lose skins.
Actually, okay, so I do have one of the skins because you get it for free just for doing the event. It's not, you don't get Beavis or Butthead, you get like some one-off character. Didn't watch the show, so I couldn't even tell you. I guess he's Coach from Beavis and Butthead. I can tell you that it's not necessarily pay to lose because of trying to get headshots, and those headshots don't always fucking count.
Yeah, but they stand out more, and they have
They
They
do.
may not have a bigger hitbox, but they have a bigger model. So
Yeah. It's fine. I'm still whooping ass and taking names. I played that character and got 3 back-to-back best best kills of the game.
yeah. So
Okay,
I
okay, you monster.
I wanted to bully people.
I'm out here.
Who played Beavis and Butthead, and since we cannot get Chris to play Fortnite, the last time you played Fortnite, Chris, was after a day of me being in severe heat / drinking. So
You're in heat?
That's fair. Meow, motherfucker.
all right.
need
So
one
Turn
Q-tip.
10 Studios laid off
No.
50% of their staff, which is the Forza Motorsport devs. Since we were talking
Uh-huh.
about Forza Motorsport earlier, I was
Which is
concerned-
crazy.
I was concerned because I thought they were working on Fable. Turns out it's Playground Games, the Forza Horizon
Okay, so
developer.
I'm not the only person who thought that. Okay.
Yeah, like, I actually know these things, and even I was like, wait a minute, hold up. We gotta check in, like, because if they had done 50% of Playground Games, Fable would have been outright canceled. Like, the
Right.
same way.
Right. They don't plan on canceling Fable yet, but
You
you know
if you
that those devs have to know once that game comes out that
Nothing is sacred to
a
them.
fucking
Chris.
timetable.
Nothing is.
I know
like
it's
nothing.
that
They could right now cancel their entire slate for the next 2 years, and just lay all those people off, and like there'd be nothing anybody could do about it. And like at this point, that's the point I'm at with Microsoft. They're not focusing on hardware. They're not focusing on software. They're not focusing on services. They're not focusing on subscription. Like all of these different things that they could be doing to make money aren't Israel levels of money. And
they don't know what they're doing. Like, shit, the only reason Hi-Fi Rush got to do so well is because Phil Spencer basically didn't know it existed until the game came out, and then he had to go around trying to be like, oh, I knew that game was there. I always supported that game. That game pretty much got a chance to succeed because that man did not know that game existed.
Yeah.
Phil, the one thing I will say about this entire situation,
baller.
Phil Spencer does not deserve an easy
never did.
exit. No, I'm saying
He never did. He was always getting sucked up by the games media because Microsoft needed a cool figure. Like, you know how every other one had somebody the crowd loved, like a Reggie for Nintendo, or like a good chunk of PlayStation devs for a good while.
we
Microsoft
had
didn't have
Corsi, we had Kaz Hirai, we had Shuhei Yoshida, we had
they were trying the games media tried to make that man the Xbox hero. That's where the whole Uncle Phil thing came from. But this is an exec who doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
He also put himself out there as that. Like you can't blame this narrative on.
I'm blaming their involvement. I'm blaming them for their involvement of uncritically pushing them. That's really what it is. I'm not saying that Phil didn't do everything in his power to position himself like that. Of course he did.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is the games media was still involved with this, and I am calling them out for their participation.
But I'm hoping that there have been rumors talking about Phil Spencer retiring after this generation, leading into the next generation, he'll retire.
You need to leave.
He doesn't need easy escape out of this. He's made this bed over the course of 2 generations, and now he needs to lay in it. He needs to have the eye of Sauron directly on him, because a lot of these decisions that have been detrimental to Xbox overall have been him decisions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
honestly, they need someone to save Xbox. I mean, the games industry kind of needs someone to bring that back.
I mean, really,
the issue is, and it always will be. It's a subset of Microsoft, and they don't particularly give a shit about them.
Right.
It's just sure, do whatever.
What made them?
We're going to give you all these stipulations on what you need to do.
And don't forget, we have shareholders that need ever increasing profits that grow like a goddamn cancer.
Here's what happened that made Microsoft focus on Xbox is they did a almost $70 billion acquisition of Activision, and so Microsoft...
Which we would like to repeat, we did not want to go through. That should have not go through, and we roasted the FTC for their failure on this.
Yes.
Right. This is y'all's fault.
Yeah,
y'all are also responsible in this.
I mean, the government is so incompetent.
It's because at the end of the day, the FTC were Sony fanboys. Because the entire argument they made the entire time was for the benefit of Sony and not the benefit of the consumer.
Or the industry at large. Because
they tried, and then Microsoft just lied. And is now just getting away with the lies.
But that's what the judge said. The judge straight up said, you didn't make an argument enough for the consumer for me to say this would be bad. Even the judge said you didn't make the right argument.
Love a good lie, don't we?
But also, they lied through their fucking teeth. They said they weren't going to do layoffs. Isn't this the 3rd, if not 4th round of layoffs?
They've laid off, what was it, 15,000 people?
Well, this round was 9,000. I don't know the total.
For the total of the year. Or it was 15 or 25, something like that. I don't remember where it is.
Some obscene number.
So, that's a lot of fucking people. When numbers get that high, you just look at the numbers and you don't think about the individual. Even just one of those people getting laid off, that changes their life. Right? The severance only lasts you so long. The job industry is so fucking cooked. People spend a year trying to find a new position, right? Your insurance that they give you afterwards only lasts for so long. Like it literally changes everything, and that's 9,000 people with just this round that have to go through that shit.
Right. It's insane.
Come the fuck on.
All right.
It's
And so just to
psychopathic.
hit this next bullet point and Everwild was canceled, and so now Rare is back to simply being the Sea of Thieves studio, and also ZeniMax Project Blackbird, which was their next online
MMO.
Yeah.
The way they talked about it seemed like they were trying to be more than an
massive
MMO.
multiplayer and online. That's just what an MMO is. If it's those three things, it's an MMO. That's
So yeah, but essentially the follow-up, the next generation version of the ideas that they've been fleshing out in Elder Scrolls Online, apparently that project was going well, but that's just been outright canceled. So now ZeniMax Online is, and one of the creative leads of that studio just said, "Oh, you were going to cancel this game that was going well? Fuck y'all, I'm out." And this is one of the actual hands-on creative leads of the game, and that's somebody who could have really brought up an entire generation of designers, artists, so many different disciplines that this person would have been able to help influence for the better. He's just out of the industry.
Yeah.
All right, so Perfect Dark. They closed the initiative, which was the one. So Microsoft, all of
The
their
quadruple A game.
yeah,
The quadruple A studio.
all of their successes lately have been due to acquisitions. All of so let's do Minecraft. Let's do Call of Duty. Let's do Doom. Let's do Starfield. It performed well for them,
Yeah, it made the money. That's fair. Call of Duty is
didn't make
obviously gonna
enough
make money.
But that's also the thing about it, though. It's
made enough money to justify them not touching Bethesda Game Studios this entire time. Bethesda Game Studios, the developer, has been untouched by any of this shit. So Starfield did well enough that is a true statement as of...
Who's the CEO of Bethesda?
Todd Howard.
Maybe Todd Howard's just really good at
that,
defending his
or
own
the fact
company.
that they're really, or that, or any consequences to Bethesda is going to happen after Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah,
because remember that is still in the works.
I mean, because they do drop a bunch of games.
Anything since they named it, but they dropped 2 games since then.
We're still waiting on Indiana Jones for PlayStation, so
it's not out yet.
I thought that was out.
Oh
yeah,
I don't know. I don't care.
I also do not care. While Machine Games making a first-person immersive sim
came out in April.
It came out in April.
Yeah.
It's been 3 months.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh shit! The Switch has been out for.
Apparently, it belongs in a
Have you
museum,
opened your
according
Switch?
to reviewers.
No,
And there were no way they were not going to try and make that joke
for real this time.
You're actually going to sell it?
Probably.
Because it's been out
That's
a
fair.
calendar month.
I'm going to be honest with you. I've seen a lot of Mario Kart Worlds. I'm not interested in that. And while Donkey Kong apparently has a run from Game of the Year, one game doesn't justify buying a whole new console.
Neither of those games.
We're trying to build value of the Switch right now. All these games are fantastic.
Neither of
you
those.
buy it from me. $600.
Oh yeah.
Yours.
Sorry, it was the opposite.
Neither of those games for me are the reason I would buy a Switch 2. The reasons I would buy a Switch 2 are Pokemon Scarlet's DLC, Tears of the Kingdom finally finishing that game.
Yeah. I feel you, but
it would
buying a $500 console to play games that I already bought years ago isn't in my need right now.
If those two games weren't as good of games as they are, like those two games for me, and I'm not saying this is that everybody should go buy a Switch 2 to play Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and or Tears of the Kingdom.
I'm still not convinced to play Scarlet and Violet at all.
Scarlet and Violet is actually one of the best Pokemon
Yeah,
games I've
Scarlet
played in a
and
very
Violet
long
is
time. It's a very, very
running
good
at 60
Pokemon
frames
game.
per second, not running like dog shit. That game is like a solid 9.
Running like I fucking played it running like dog shit. Had a fantastic time. The
it
story
was
on
a
it
great
is
game.
just
I
immaculate.
played it running like dog shit, and
Yeah.
I had like I still have
Yeah.
positive impressions of how good of a Pokemon game that was.
Yeah.
Like
It's
as a fan
just-
of Legends Arceus, it was better than Legends Arceus. So
it's a great Pokemon game.
And what I'm
I
saying
just
is,
can't
even with that
justify spending that
recommendation,
much
I'm
money.
still not convinced to play that game at all.
yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
fair.
It's not everybody. I'm
Mhm.
saying for me in particular, the person who
I was gonna say
owned-
everybody I talked to or like heard about this game from says it's probably the best Pokemon game.
yes.
Yeah. It is. And if you're into Pokemon, you're probably going to love it. If you don't care about
Yeah.
Pokemon anymore, you're not going to love it. It's
Well,
fine.
even if you fell out of love with Pokemon, this does enough different and interesting to bring people back in.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have said
Where
that.
where
about
version 8 did not.
Gen 8, like, Let's Go was to trying to bring in a different audience. It wasn't to bring back any of the classic fans. Sword and
Right.
Shield was kind of also like, if you were in, you were in, and it tried to bring in a new audience.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean that game did bring me back to Pokemon because I don't think I played a Pokemon game before that since Gen 3. Like I fell out of Pokemon hard. I tried playing Sun and Moon, but I never really had like a DS or a 3DS, so I never played those games. And then owning a Switch playing
That was
Sword
a
and
great,
Shield was
you
like,
missed out on a really great era of Pokemon games.
oh, I know. I'm very aware, but you know, money doesn't come easy when you're a child or a teenager.
Honestly, money just doesn't come easy, dog. that's just how that works.
True.
No, not no more.
True.
All right. So the initiative. This
Yes.
was Microsoft has been a lot of their successes have been due to the fact that they've been pushing so hard into acquisitions. A lot of the games that they have put out that have been successes are not in-house studios that they cultivated the culture and built these studios up over time. They are because of they bought Activision, they bought Bethesda, they bought Mojang. They finally started to cultivate. They were out here hiring for a quadruple A studio. They were out here actually trying to build a dream team, trying to build a first party studio from scratch that could make something that put them back into the competition with
Yeah.
PlayStation as
Sony.
far as like your cinematic single player, like
Yeah.
high budget, like that game. They finally started to make a studio to do that and showed their game last year, even though I really felt like it was longer than last year.
Oh.
But I got
Oh,
my
yeah.
years mixed up. 2023 was the year they said all of these games are coming out in the next 12 months, and all of the games did not come out in the next 12 months. And then 2024 was when they showed stuff like Gears of War E-Day and Perfect Dark that were further out on the timeline.
Yeah.
And so now that studio's closed and that game is canceled. So
It's insane. And I mean, like after seeing it last year, I think Robbie and I talked about it in the Discord. Like, I thought that game was almost finished. It's crazy that it's canceled.
That game looked rough the last time they showed it.
no,
In
it
20
looked
last
good.
year? No, it
Yeah,
didn't.
no, it looked really
No, that
It
game
looks-
looked a little rough.
yeah, it
the last
looked-
time I saw it.
No, last year it looked
at that
fantastic.
point. It just needed some polish, right?
Yeah,
Stay with
yeah.
me. Tax write-off.
That's yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
not
You get to
having
write your
to
loss-
fund a quote quadruple A studio anymore. Not having to pay the salaries
It's a
of
it's a
a
business.
all-star
it-
team.
It's a business win-win,
It's bullshit. It's what it is.
but a consumer lose-lose.
Okay,
It
so
sucks because honestly, like I think before the layoffs were announced, 2 weeks ago, I was really
No, it was last week. It
like,
was this week.
oh yeah, yeah, but like they were before that. There
was
were
like
a whole
4
bunch of
days ago.
medias. Well, no, a bunch of medias were like, "Hey, this is gonna happen."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh
Let
shit."
me tell you, hearing about a layoff about where you work at and them having not announced the layoff to you yet
Yeah,
really fucking sucks.
that does that is insane, and that's terrible.
Every day the
It doesn't.
guillotine just floating over your fucking head and you don't know,
It was
are you going
really.
to get that email? Are you not going to be
I
able to clock in?
I was truly feeling the Xbox. I was like, granted, yes, a lot of it is the Game Pass, and I'm part of the problem.
Not buying games.
Not buying games. I mean, I buy a game that I really want, but I buy it on my PC or I buy it on
Yeah, that's
PlayStation.
usually what it is. Is like if I find a game I like, I'll buy. It'll end up in the Steam library. It'll end up in the Steam
That's
library.
But like, I'm just, and so
That's called
so
community.
sure. I am a part of the problem, but I have been like really enjoying
But
playing on Xbox.
on the same
I
notion,
just-
though, some of these games would not have reached anywhere if Game Pass did not slide them a check.
Yeah, so there is a good side to this evil that is currently coming up in game as Game Pass is like coming out and saying it's not really for the developer. While yes, it is bringing a platform for games that would not be seen. It is, I mean, just like obviously the detriment to the company that is starting it.
A part of it is because of the problem that they created.
Yeah.
So it's like we're going to give you the solution to the problem that we created by,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the pharmaceutical company.
That was just my 2 cents. I was really feeling Xbox, and then this. I mean, I don't know. You can't support.
Like, yeah,
It's hard to support companies anymore.
All right.
Yeah.
honestly, you shouldn't. You should always hold them in contempt.
So the
Always
ab-
hold companies in
The
contempt.
only thing you should support is your community.
All right. So the absolute last bullet point I want to hit on that is a reverberation of these Microsoft layoffs that is not a Microsoft studio. Romero Games, one of the creators of Doom, who's been making independent games.
And Daikatana. I'm not letting you get away with Daikatana, Romero. I love you, but you're not getting away with Daikatana.
But so his studio that he made was working on another game, but had to close and lay off all their employees because they were receiving funding from Microsoft. They got cut off as part of these layoffs. So that's where we're at with the games industry. We talk positively.
With no sight of it getting better.
It was
Not
never
really.
going to. It was
Yeah.
never
No.
going to.
Not
No.
really.
And also another thing about it is because they see it, a lot of this comes from the fact that executives and the money people, they see how much money is made in game sales and in transactions, but they don't respect and understand how much it costs and how much time it is to make a game, especially at the quality and the just the entire thing. They don't understand how much it costs, and then when they finally get the bill for it, they're like, I'm gonna write this off. The end of it.
All right.
Honestly.
Well, we've had a great episode. Until next time, remember you can follow us all collectively around the internet, cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. You can just find me in the Discord. I did post that unsettling, like that space documentary with sinister undertones. I did post that to my Blue Sky.
Sick.
So, Anton 6 Blue Sky Discord. Chris, where can people find you?
Yeah, just go to cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. Come and join us in the Discord. We have a lot of fun out there.
All right, Madrid.
You can check me out on Frank Motion on Blue Sky.
All right, and Jalen.
Squid Bishop on the internet.
All right, this has been a Know It's Good production. The video version is edited by Chris. The audio version is edited by Akuma Santi. I'm still using ChatGPT for these descriptions because they look really good. Until next time, keep it cheesy.